Windscale, the pride of Britain. Nestled in the picturesque Lake District, the state-of-the-art atom plant has transformed this rugged landscape into the envy of its northern neighbors. Scientific progress waits for no one, and
the public has nothing to fear.
The area will be reopened by Christmas at the latest.
The situation is more complex than was at first understood.
No military expeditions into the area have been lost. Where did you get such an idea?
Perhaps by experts.
Oh, no more reconnaissance flights. The interference field is bringing down aircraft like clay pigeons.
Let me be clear. Our experts are monitoring the situation, and I would urge everyone to remain calm. The situation in Cumberland is well in hand.
Is anybody there? I need help. Who are you? What are you doing in here? I thought this place was secure. Where's Dr. Powell? You don't know. Lying here in a sealed bunker inside the quarantine zone, and you don't know. Damn it! Listen, I'll help you. Explain what I can. But I need your help in return, all right? You're trapped in the quarantine zone around the Windscale atom plant. That's where it all went wrong. The only way to Windscale is through the interchange. You'll need my key card, or you'll never get in. There are people, people who will help you escape, but they won't do it for free. I've lost so much blood. I can't think straight. There should be supplies nearby. Alcohol and rest. Stop the bleeding, please. Hurry, please. It hurts like the devil. Such a stupid, careless mistake. Was ambushed by one of those bloody thieves. They call themselves. Probably got Dr. Powell too. I think I was meant to break the quarantine. I wouldn't survive in there now. I know that's wrong. What's the matter with me? I hate this. Please, a bandage. Please help me. Thank you. Delaying the inevitable, I'm afraid. At least I can think more clearly now. Here's my key card. It will get you out of here and into the interchange. It doesn't matter what else happens. As long as the truth of this place gets out. Here are my notes. Everything I remember. It's not much, but it's all I can do. Now listen. There's still every chance that something bad may happen to me, and you shouldn't be here when it does. If I can ever repay you for helping me, I will. But for your own safety, you should go. Leave me. Go now. It's rare to find anyone who has the slightest spark of kindness in them. Be on your guard out there. Everything is a threat.
Quarantine protocol is in effect. This door must remain sealed. Emergency access has been granted.
Now, no point in hiding, chum. I'm between you and the exit. tagged me, but I tagged your bloody sight worse. Show your face. Let's get it over with, eh? That daft suit of yours must be filling up with blood by now. Let's just finish things. Not seen you around this stretch before. How do? Where did you come from then? Blimey! He must have taken a knock on the noggin or something. Still, you're looking decent fettle now. Listen, if you don't mind my saying, you don't look much like a local. You didn't walk in from, well, from the outside. You what? Boffins all died when their atom plant went up in flames. Not seen any of them for 5 years. Only outlaws and loons round here now. And you'll want to give them all a wide berth. You poor bugger. You can't remember now, can you? This place? The quarantine zone. That's what the soldiers called it. Just sort of stuck after a while. It's this big old chunk of land inside the walls. They put those buggers up fast enough when it all went to clag in here. My name's Nat, by the way. Forgive me being curious of strangers. This place has been off for years. There've been strange happenings. You have to be careful who you trust. Not civilized round here anymore, just savages that roam about. And a few survivors, like myself. You what? Phones have been disconnected for years. Take a knock on the noggin, did you? You're starting to worry me now. Hearing voices isn't a good sign. I don't know what you're talking about. And I don't want to hear any more of it. Now, I think you should be on your way. Be better for the both of us.
Last raid we did were grand sport. Need more like that.
Hello. I don't know you, do I? No, I'm sure I don't. Not seen you round here before. Your lot shouldn't be wandering this far out village. It's safe. That is where you came from. The village. Well, course you're not one of them. You're a stranger to these dales, aren't you? Clear as crystal now I look at you. And I'm good at reading people. It's a right handy skill. Especially if you want to get any good business done. My name's Molly. If you've got out to trade, I've got some bits and bobs for sale. They kept what they were doing hidden from us locals, right up until the day the atom plant went bang across the mere. Well, you won't find any boffins left here now, but turns out they've been digging out secret bunkers all over the place. Riddle these hills like woodworm in an old sideboard. I might just know the location of one or two of them. Not that that kind of thing comes for free, you understand. Aye. Well, always good to corner a market, ain't it? Oh, well, suppose it can't hurt to give you a little something for free. I heard some outlaws found a big door nearby, one they couldn't get open. Now, only the boffins would have built something like that. They said it was signed, the Interchange. It's inside a bunker that overlooks the quarry, if you've been over that way. Here, I'll mark it for you. How's this sound? We do a bit of trading. And here's the thing. I get right gossipy when I'm trading. I bet you wouldn't mind hearing a bit of local gossip, would you? Make a trade, and maybe I'll throw in some information for free. Whoa, now that's nice! Want to trade again? You know where to find me. If out new comes into me hands, it goes straight in stock. Just saying. It's worth coming back to see. Oh, I feel some uncontrollable gossiping coming on. Pin back your luggles. You seen the wrecked convoy nearby? Oh, that were a sight when it happened. Big bang. Down came the bridge. All the lorries and that came tumbling down like Jack and Jill. Aye, I saw someone come away. They were a ways off, but I suppose it must have been one of the soldiers. They went towards the rail yard. Didn't see anyone else get away, though. Poor sods. Outlaws reckon it were them from the woods. The druids, we call them. I didn't reckon they'd know their way round dynamite. Bridge was proper blown up. The druids were all over the place like flies after, though. So maybe it's true. Just not heard of them taking on something so big before, that's all. Oh, the crazy folk in masks. They live in Casterfell Woods. If you've not met one yet, count yourself lucky. You need anything, Molly will be here.
Nice and slow now. Let's have no trouble. Don't you go asking for trouble or you'll get it.
Don't go asking for... Don't be daft. Nobody wants trouble.
What's happening?
Probably nothing.
Are they gone?
But... Is that it?
Nice
Did I
and
scare 'em
slow
off?
now. Let's have no trouble.
Steady now. Let's have no strife. Did they go? Let's just grab Castle off Druids, he says. Like it's an easy job. Then he's also... What was that noise? Well now, there's nobody here. Nothing. Best keep my guard up.
Outlaws, they call us. Right bunch of merry men we make. Nice and easy now.
Don't know why we're hanging round. We've had all the work nailed down already.
sensible.
I think it
huh?
might have come from over here.
Nobody wants trouble.
This one's good as dead.
Yeah, you can't.
I'm shooting.
No, I didn't. I feel like...
Don't go asking for trouble, or you'll get it. Bollocks! What? Hey! Let's take this nice. Drop it! Point out!
Yeah,
Point
that's
out.
There's a body. Hell's teeth!
Let's just take... That's better. You're showing some sense. Don't do anything stupid, friend.
Hello again. Oh, don't see many of those. Oh, now that's nice. Nice trading with you. Perhaps I can throw in a bit of gossip too. That battery thingy I sold you. Quite a find, isn't it? Made by the Boffins, if I'm not mistaken. You know, I used to have another. I sold it a while back to someone in village. Let me think. Aye, it was the vicar I sold it to. Right keen to have it, he was. Said something about being a collector. Don't know why you'd collect that old stuff. I suppose he finds the glow nice to look at. You need anything, Molly will be here.
Attention! Wyndham Village is under the authority of the quarantine protocol. Acts of banditry and other breaches of the penal charter will be severely punished. In the name of Queen and country, follow protocol or face the consequences.
Well. Just look what the cat dragged in. Pay attention. This village is under military occupation per the quarantine protocol. You're new round here, eh? Which means you're free to enter. Just keep your nose clean, all right? What are you gawping at? Like I said, you're free to enter the village. Move on. Just like that. Captain's orders. He says any stranger might be important. So we just send any like you his way. Unless you're an outlaw, of course. Or worse. Oh, mad folk in the woods. Creatures that tear you limb from limb. The list goes on. There's something nasty at work here. Something in the soil. If it weren't for our protection, the villagers would be no better off than those grey-skinned bastards. Now, you should go and talk to the captain. I reckon he'd be keen to see you right away. Last I heard, Captain Sims was down by the bandstand. Present yourself to him toot sweet, if you know what's good for you.
Well, should I shoot him, Sarge?
You should not. Do they look like an outlaw to you?
No, Sarge.
There we go then. Outlaws we shoot. Strangers we let in. Captain's orders.
Supplies. 2 boards, 1 bullet.
Remember that your village is one of the few remaining...
Look, for the 100th time, we're here to protect civilians and get this mess sorted out.
Oh, get all the forces out by kicking the elderly out of the rooms,
State of this place.
You know what the captain
Leave
said?
tomorrow if we could.
We have to move anybody vulnerable inside the inner perimeter.
Vulnerable? The bloody cheek of you! Ah, at least the outlaws have the common decency to rob us blind and not tell us it's for our own bloody good.
Right, listen to me, you old knout. Orders is orders. You obey orders, or it's the jug for you.
You never took us into prison. I'm tired of it.
To approach the woods for foraging. Request an escort at the village hall.
Hands away from any weapons, you.
Addressing civilian.
Don't even look.
Stand back, citizen. Addressing civilian.
A stranger, eh?
This is the transaction. Oberon must die. If Oberon is dead, then the way out will open. You will awaken as if from a nightmare.
Keep your nose
I
clean.
said to him, "Where's my pal Johnny? What you done with him?" And that bloody peacock says, "Oh, Mr. Wilmore is currently detained."
He never. The poor Mr. Wilmore in that prison of theirs. What for?
Wouldn't say, would he? Eh? All full of martial law this and special powers that.
Ugh, bunch of little Hitlers.
Aye. Our Davy never came back from France in last one.
Oh, I know.
He was still here with us. He'd have spat in the eye. Pompous little... The words fail me.
I know. I know. But...
Why here of all places? If they'd resolved to do something so awful, why in the church?
Some bugger, pardon my French, wanted to make a scene, sir.
Doom us all in the process. If the captain and his minions find out. Oh, I'm sorry, we're closed today. Please leave. Please, I beg of you. Just forget you saw anything here and go. Please. These are awful times. If news of this gets out, things will get worse, I assure you. Please, tell no one. I know how it seems, but I would not ask such a thing if it weren't for the good of the village. It's vital the military don't learn of this. We'll tidy up, but if the captain and his toy soldiers find out, things will become so much worse here. All I can concern myself with right now is keeping this quiet. I must decide what to do about this before any soldier wanders in. I would suggest you let all this lie too. The matter is best left to the village to handle. Because if anyone so much as puts a foot out of line here, that captain claps someone in chains. So if he caught wind of a thing like this, I fear for myself and for my congregation. Besides, this is a village matter. We shall attend to it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some things to work out. I trust you will do what is right. I trust you will do what is right.
What do you want? I had naught to do with Maisie's death, I swear, in God's name. And neither did the vicar. He's a good man. If this gets back to the soldiers, they'll cart him and me both off to jail. Aye, didn't touch her. It's horrid enough just to look at. Like someone wanted to make a scene. Wanted revenge or something. She probably got on the wrong side of someone on account of her. But you should leave. This is village business, and none of yours. Like I said, this is none of your business, stranger. If you want to play detective, stick to the crime scene. Leave us bystanders alone.
You'll do the right thing, I'm sure. I trust you will do what is right. I trust you will do what is right.
Keep it civilized. No troublemakers.
Is once again declared safe.
Leave tomorrow if we could.
See that big metal bugger? I could have it. I could.
Steady on, George. It's got guns on it, you know.
Stamping it out like it owns the place.
Aye, but the robbers are proper fit of them robots. They won't try the luck here while we've got that.
Not sure about you.
Well, new face. Good day. You'll forgive me if I'm less than cordial on first acquaintances, I'm sure. New faces often mean trouble. And yet, they may bring new opportunities, too. Tell me, where have you come from? Really? Well, you're not the first amnesiac I've seen since things went awry. Trauma does strange things to people. In case it wasn't made clear to you on the way in, Wyndham is under the protection of the protocol. You are permitted to move freely through the village. For now, at least. Consider it a gesture of goodwill. I hope it'll be reciprocated. But don't go causing any trouble here. Is that clear? And if trouble finds you, make sure you report it. Post-haste. Now, there are certain things I like to discuss with new faces such as you. Perhaps we can continue this little chat in the village hall. Very good. Follow me. You might have caught some of my speech. I'm afraid the villagers often require our rules to be drummed into. Most stay in line. Some find themselves inclined towards forbidden pagan practices. The sooner we stamp out such segments, the better.
Citizens of Wyndham, acts of insubordination.
Make do amend that. I just want to buy something for once.
You're here. It's time we got down to brass tacks, wouldn't you say? I would hope a stranger like you can provide me with some information. All in good time. First, you need to make yourself useful to me. I want to know where you came from. I want to know what you can tell me about the outside. Trust me, you will be much better off aiding protocol than crossing us. Be under no illusions. We must eradicate the corruption that festers here before there is any hope of leaving this blasted place. If we were to work together, you and I, perhaps we might make some progress towards such an outcome. But step out of line, and I will revoke your liberties here just as quickly as they were given. So I ask again, did you come from the outside? What do you know? Well, this is disappointing. I was hoping you'd have something you were willing to share. We imprison strangers at the first whiff of trouble, but you can keep your liberties for now. I trust that will be more conducive to a timely recollection of your origins. In the meantime, be wary of this place. Do not be tempted to engage with any of the pagan sentiments some of the locals may try to foist on you. Such beliefs are dangerous and forbidden. Do I make myself clear? And if you still wish to have protocol's aid, you'll just have to make yourself useful to me in other ways. The civilians in this village are a shady lot. Resistant to discipline and up to no good. I'm sure of it. We can hardly get the time of day out of them. But you're an outsider. They may not trust you exactly, but nor are they immediately suspicious of you. Sniff around. Keep your ears open. If you find anything I should know, come to me with it. If you want somewhere to start, well, we've had our eyes on Iris, the baker. I could send a patrol in, of course, but a softer approach might prove more efficacious. That is a very dangerous word to be bandying about. I suggest you forget you've ever heard it. Whatever evil the scientists had hidden in there, it has wrought havoc on this place. So no one goes near the substation, understood? Anyone trespassing there will be shot. Good day to you. Stay out of trouble, eh?
Keep the peace.
Citizens of Wyndham, a contaminated area has been reported in the Skeffamore fields. Please stay away from there until it has been sterilized.
Leave tomorrow if we could.
There has been an increase in...
A new customer. How'd you do? Welcome to Wyndham Village. Pardon my curiosity, but how is it the soldiers let you in? Did you bribe them? And if you did, what with? Aye, well, I can hazard a guess. Our little Napoleon, the captain that is, he keeps an eye out for folk like you. A stranger might be important. And if you're important, then that's another stepping stone out of the zone, isn't it? Anyway, where are me manners, eh? I'm Maurice Wick, owner of this establishment. Take a look at what I have to offer if you fancy. Oh, you'd have to ask him that yourself. I'll leave that pleasure to you. Me, I'm happy here in the shop, where I never have to look at the man. Big explosion, that's what. I remember it woke the whole village. We were out in the streets, wondering what were what. I mean, with all them atoms and such like they have over there. The soldiers rolled in and told us we were fine, that there weren't no radioactivity to be frit of. But then, in the next breath, they said we couldn't leave. Temporary quarantine protocol, they called it. Temporary, my hat. Look at them walls. Nowt temporary about them, is there? We had no choice but to take it on the chin. So we did. Well, most of us did, anyhow. In the months after the disaster, some people started to turn a bit odd. Nothing bad, just different, you know. Kept going on about the soil calling to them. People you'd known your whole life, proper sober folk, suddenly talking about a new purpose. Then one night, they all upped and marched off into woods. Soldiers have been properly down about any talk, since that might sound a bit, you know, pagan. I shouldn't be talking about it neither. Done and done. Get new stock in now and then, so come back any time. I might have something new for you.
Citizens of Windham, a contaminated area...
Addressing civilian! Stand back, citizen!
Not sure about you.
One day, I'll leave here, get through the wall. Somehow. Don't know how yet, but one day.
The village of Wyndham
Keep the peace, Civvy.
Watch your step.
Do as you're told, right?
Addressing civilian. Stand back, citizen.
Caught early, the contagion can be painlessly excised. Be vigilant. Be safe.
Watch yourself, Civvy.
Ah, it's you. The shopkeeper. Good heavens above. I knew something was off about him, but nothing as foul as that. Then I must ask something of you. You're embroiled in this now, as much as we are. To find absolution, well, you must find some way to deal with Morris. An ally to those heathens in the woods is a danger to the village. Not that I'm suggesting you. Well, I'll leave it to your judgment. How did you... You're very well informed, I must say. Very well. This key will open a box upstairs. You'll find your payment in there. And in the spirit of reciprocation, if you are in need of my help, you need only ask. I am here if you wish to talk, to unburden your soul. And if you'll forgive me for saying so, you seem troubled. Might I ask why? I don't suppose, well, have you perhaps been hearing voices? It is a sign of vile corruption. It cannot be tolerated. It must be confronted. I saw it in the baker's husband. The baker, Iris, told me he was hearing voices and had fallen terribly ill. I haven't seen her husband for a number of weeks now. So I trust she came to her senses and took the necessary action. But it pains me to imagine what evil is creeping inside our little village. You are kind to say so. It isn't the life the Lord wanted for us, I'm sure. We have seen some very bad times here. I don't really know why such misfortune has befallen us. Only that it started with that wretched science city they built across the mere. They did something. Heaven knows what. And now it is laced with evil. You can smell it in the air. I do what I can. What I must. The people here need a guiding hand, not an oppressive one. The military presence, this protocol nonsense of theirs, has done that to us, and with no sign of respite. Pressure like that breeds corruption. I must obey the Lord's will and fight against such things. You, on the other hand, seem of a curious nature. I can offer you something, but you must be cautious about prying too deeply. Well, I was on cordial terms with one or two of the scientists stationed up here. The important ones lodged at a manor house out in Casterfell Woods. I doubt any are still alive. But they may have left notes or papers that could prove useful to you. But you didn't hear that from me. All right. You did? I see. Well, yes, it's true. She ran errands for me from time to time. I asked her to keep an eye on certain people. She has had quite a talent for it. I have a certain arrangement of sorts with some of the villagers. In a world as terrible as this, with evil in the soil and a military boot on their necks, who can blame those who turn to the church for protection? I offer what I can, in return for a small donation to the church. But it is necessary for me to keep some eyes on them as well. In case they waver, there is a lot of temptation within the zone, and temptation too easily leads to corruption. Farewell, and God bless you. I trust you will do what is right.
Citizens of Wyndham, if you or any of your friends or family show signs of corruption, report it immediately. Caught early, the contagion can be...
Report anything suspicious you find, and we can see about perhaps coming to terms, you and I. Yes, what is it? Good Lord! You mean to say that he's in league with those masked maniacs? An adder in our midst? I'll send someone over immediately. Now do you see why this place is under military discipline? I fought rebels in the Malayan jungle, and let me tell you, that was positively genteel in comparison to this wretched village. You can hardly call them English hereabouts anymore. Something in the land here is corrupting them all. You've done the right thing coming to me. It's vital this sort of thing's nipped in the bud before it spreads. It can be tricky to tell right from wrong out here, but you seem to have the right spirit. Your assistance is appreciated. I shan't forget it. I'm willing to extend the hand of friendship to you, which would include giving you access to our camp at Skethermore. With us on the same side, if a chance for leaving this zone comes, I can promise you a good chance of seeing the outside. To be blunt, as a stranger, you're in a perfect position to help me with a delicate matter. We recently arrested a certain Dr. Garrow, one of the scientists from the research site. She contrived to escape the zone before the walls went up, but rather unexpectedly returned as part of a military convoy. More fool her. Dr. Garrow is dangerous, very clever, and egotistical enough to believe herself a magnitude cleverer yet. She's refused to tell us anything, and I refuse to stoop to Gestapo methods to force her. But a new face like yours, well, perhaps she'll talk to a stranger who plainly isn't beholden to the protocol. Well, as I've said, you will have earned my trust. That will be very beneficial to you, as and when we open a way out of the zone. When Garrow arrived, she demonstrated an ability to meddle with the barred machinery we've commandeered. Specifically, she disabled our camp's automatic security system and began to poke around where she wasn't welcome. It was an hour before we found her, trying to get access to one of the old barred bunkers. Who knows what damage she might have caused had she found a way inside. She left us no choice but to take her into custody, isolated in solitary confinement, where she can't play her tricks. My men claim she muttered some incantation, and that caused the gun turrets to shut off. I don't believe in such nonsense as magic, but when she was captured, all they found on her was a broken radio. And now I don't know what to think. So you see, I need to know how she did it. What trick she uses to disable our machines. I trust you'll do your best. Our arrangement will depend on your success, naturally. Here, This pass will give you free passage throughout the Skethermore camp. The soldiers on guard will allow you into the prison section, too. All the way to Garrow's cell. Learn what you can and return here. Be sure to report to me in person. But be warned, one hint of betrayal, and that pass will not save you. I hope I make myself clear. Good day to you. Dare at all, eh?
Citizens of Wyndham, we cannot guarantee your safety beyond the village palings. Do you have a good reason to leave the village?
Do as you're told, right?
Oh, who are you? I don't know you. You're not with the soldiers, are you? I run a lawful place here. Stick to every word of the protocol here, I do. Oh? Well, not that there's anything wrong with it if you did, it's just... Well, never mind. Now let me know if you're looking to buy something. He did he? So you've sided with the protocol, hey? Bloody soldiers, always digging around trying to find your secrets. Well, like I said, you won't get nothing out of me. What? You know that he's... Doesn't really matter how you know, does it? Look, I'll talk, but only to show you I'm doing nothing wrong. You have to keep quiet about this, please. Me husband, Philip, he went off exploring with one of his pals. Bloody fools, the pair of them. He said they were poking around in an old bunker and walked into a cloud of funny glowing spores or something. And he told me he started hearing voices. He says the voices hurt him. Whatever it was, it made him awful ill. He's not getting any better. Just a bit worse every day. You're sweet for saying so. It's easy to lose hope in this place. You know, we've had one mite of luck. Came by a special tonic, which does something to settle the voices in his head and keep the infection down. At least, while we can get it, it does. But look, what's your interest in all this? I'm sorry, but I don't have any of the tonic left. I know where you can get some, though. There's a lady, calls herself Mother Jago, out in Casterfell Woods. Brews the tonic to her own recipe. She lives out by the old mine. I can mark on the map where to find her. And listen, I hate to ask, but could I trouble you to get us some of the tonic? Just a single bottle. We're almost run out. Bless you, thank you. Bye now.
Get a move on, you lot. You're never gonna make your salvage quota arson or... Ground like this.
What do you need all this sodding metal for anyway?
The artificer needs it for armor. The kit we used to keep you lot safe. So stop your flame and moaning and get on with it.
But look at this somehow. You expecting Genghis bloody Khan or something?
Oh, you're welcome to go and have a look what's beyond the perimeter if you want. Get a little taste maybe of what's out there. No? Talk on. Get on with it.
Addressing civilian. Stand back, citizen. Addressing target. Clear the area, or you will be considered a threat. Potential threat has disengaged. Holding station. Addressing civilian. Stand back, citizen.
Wish we could still get the lights programmed.
Don't be causing trouble, alright?
Addressing civilian. Stand back.
Finished with war today, I think. Start it again tomorrow.
Hands away from any weapons, you. State of this place. Leave tomorrow if we could.
Citizens of Wyndham, we cannot guarantee your safety beyond the village palings. Do you have a good reason? You are leaving Wyndham, and the quarantine protocol is no longer responsible for your safety. If you approach any military areas in the area, you will be presumed to have Remember, a warning shot is a wasted bullet. You have been warned.
Really, if we don't start thinking about infrastructure soon, this little camping holiday is going to come to a sudden and unpleasant end.
Hello. I've not seen you before, have I? Welcome. Right, I've got a quick question for you. It might seem a bit blunt, but I've learned it avoids confusion later. You're not going to try and kill me, are you? Excellent answer. I can see we're going to get along like an house on fire. You're new around here, aren't you? Bootsy never forgets your face. And I haven't seen yours before. And you're not in uniform, which means you're not one of us, army lot. Protocol now, that's what we go by. Well, this region you're in is our land for a start. We took over an old RAF place. Good and secure. We see off any threats from there. Take warning now. Outlaws have tried it on in the past. And it's made the patrols here in Skedamore a bit trigger-happy. If you've plans to wander about, be careful. Soldiers won't tell you from the next bugger. And they'll shoot before they ask. Now then, if it's supplies you're after, then Bootsy's your man. I'm Corporal Bootsy, by the way. Hello. I can get my hands on stuff for trade that the folks in the village can't. There I am. One of the heroic squaddies sent to sort out this whole palaver. You can see how well that turned out. Soldiering ain't so noble around here anymore. Not in a place like this. So, I just make life a bit more bearable for people. Bit of buying and selling never hurt no one, did it? I'm bloody sure the captain knows exactly what I'm up to here. But it helps in its way, and it's good for morale, so he turns a blind eye. Nobody seems to care if I don't turn up for Reveille. And to be honest with you, that's a relief. Some of the stuff the captain has me mates do. Well, you got fellas strung up at Nuremberg, if you catch me drift. Yeah, but everywhere's dangerous in the zone. The trick round here is to stay away from our outposts, then you should be all right. There's our camp, of course, and then the special detachment is garrisoned in a commandier's RAF bunker. Well, the flyboys weren't using it, so why not? Steer well clear of both of those spots. I'll mark them for you. Nah, I've got plenty of those already. Have you got anything more up my street? Nah. Don't see many of those. See you around, chum.
Trust Captain Sims. The protocol was enacted for the good of the country at large, not the quarantined area. If necessary, the quarantined area will be sacrificed.